Welcome to the Basis Project update number 7. The first 6 were as the Amash project, but that's now gone, and I'll explain why. We used to have a connection with the Amash project up until June 2013. But as we shot update number 6, Joanne was already in a deceptive throat slashing mode. And unfortunately that's strong language, but that's the way it is. And never a person one should meet. Her body language during my statements about Marie Kayali's daughter's funeral should be carefully observed. Some observers have noted certain things, and I'll leave it to you to do that.
We wanted to mention just briefly that on November the 2nd, Marie Kayali lost her beautiful daughter, Gina Kayali. And Miles was able to go to the funeral. I wasn't available.
Yeah, me and Jeff Scott were able to attend Marie Kayali's daughter's funeral, and this is one of the most terrible things that ever happened. Normally in television we say everything was fine, nobody died. Well, on this time somebody has died. And Marie is a brilliant lady. She's gone through tremendous trauma and she stood and held her ground, and she's a fantastic and brilliant woman. But the conferences and the various trips to the States managed to keep things in check, and we sent our hearts out to this brilliant lady. Gina, her wonderful daughter, passed away under very, very tragic circumstances, which we won't go into now, is far too detailed. But she was a painter, and she painted some wonderful art. And as a consequence of that, to respect Gina and to respect Marie, to honour her, we used the artwork in our second conference, which was part of the Channel 4 project.
Yes, but we'll just go perhaps to February, just roll forward to February.
Before that, we went to the States.
That's right.
And all of that's up there for all to see. Now, the important thing is that we are tracking very, very serious consciousness manipulation devices and systems in the broadcasting chain. We have mentioned the black goo, but that's a very big topic and very dangerous one. The important thing is that as of June 2013, I have no involvement with the Amash project, thank God. Joanne has claimed total ownership of it at the exclusion of all other therapists and all other input that anybody else produced into that project. I consider the involvement and her agenda as being extremely dangerous, and that's been made clear by others. There has been numerous material written on this on various forums. The primary concern are the witnesses who came forward, and they have been treated very badly. I was under some kind of mesmeric control, as others have indicated, but my primary focus during my 2.5 years at the Amash project, well, basically Joanne, was to make sure that we got the witness statements as clearly and as best as we could under the very limited budgetary conditions that we were involved with. I dedicated 2.5 years to this, and this is now going to be published as the Amash archive. So all the original Amash uploads will be taken down progressively. The main reason for this is that it means that people who come fresh to this realize that I'm not involved with the Amash project anymore, but also it allows me to uprate and upcode, or to provide as close as we can to the YouTube definition of high definition video, the ability to provide all those reports and all those interviews in as best as we can, called high definition. Some of the material was shot in high definition, that's HDV, that's 1440 pixels, and that is available for broadcasters and for researchers for a chargeable fee, because it takes time and money to put this stuff together. If you want them, they're there and available. The Amash project videos shot up until June 2013 by myself, produced by myself and edited at the Avondale Suite, produced by Underground Video and now MJ Media, is part of the Basis project. The Basis project itself has been going for almost 20 years, and we are planning a 20th anniversary a 20th anniversary meetup with Barry King to see if we can get something together on that. This whole subject is really mushrooming and developing, and it is huge. The situation is very, very serious, and the basisproject.org is a new website we're developing, and that should be hot and ready to go fairly soon. In the meantime, do feel free to donate at undergroundvideouk.com. There's a donate button there. It does say a mash at the moment, but it does actually donate to myself. We are in urgent need of substantial resources to develop this project and to basically restart another better and far more effective therapeutic resource for witnesses. Sasha Christie is certainly developing new resources and getting on with her work. But the AMASH witnesses have been very badly treated, and we wish them the best healing and improvement in their lives, and maybe get the resources needed to make sure that the now many people that this affects, that they get healing. This is a huge evolving subject. So essentially that's it as far as the AMASH project is concerned. I would advise no one to have any association with Joanne under any circumstances, especially the under 18s. The AMASH checks thing is absolutely just not on, unless witnesses are accompanied by their guardian or parent, and I would strongly advise that they have nothing to do with AMASH checks. That's my 10 cents worth on that. So let's move on. The Channel 4 program, The Confessions of an Alien Abductee, to many observers was a complete disaster, was a send-up of the witnesses and a travesty. However, people should understand that television is targeted at specific audiences and demographics, and in that regard it was very, very highly successful. It was repeated 28 times. It got huge ratings. It did very well for Channel 4. It did appallingly for the witnesses, and it's an atrocious affront to those witnesses. And after all the very sympathetic and very nice meetings we had with the various people concerned, the way those witnesses were set up by Channel 4 and Off the Fence Productions is no credit to broadcasting, and Ofcom has a great deal to answer on this issue.